Om Tadparam Paryaya Vidmahe Jnanalingeshwaraya Dhimahi Tanno Guruh Prachodayate. Om Yoga Maharishi Dr. Swami Geetananda Giri Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. 8th of March every year is celebrated as International Women's Day. Now, for all of you ladies out there, I apologize for the fact that we men have only given one day for all of you. And I think it is really bad on our part, because I think every day should be International Women's Day, because if we don't have women in this world, there's no men. So it's very simple. I always remind my friends, students, and colleagues that, men don't contain women in them, but women contain men in them, because even the term WOMAN, there's a man inside the woman, and women, WOMEN, men are there. So man, men, the women are always much larger, and in this, I'm being figurative here, much larger in the sense of being able to encompass something much bigger than what we men can. And so, the men and man is condensed within the woman. And I always say this goes right down to our hormones. And women have two hormones that are primarily in action, estrogen and progesterone. Men only have testosterone. And so I say, it's very difficult for a man to understand a woman, because one hormone has to understand two hormones, and it's a bit difficult. But the reverse is very possible, because progesterone is a precursor of testosterone. So testosterone has actually come as a derivative of progesterone, which means it's always going to be much easier for a woman to understand a man than for a man to understand a woman. It's actually very biological. And I just really, really love this concept, and Padma has given a nice one, the womb of man. It's a very beautiful concept for woman. So just to put that out, that I believe every day should be a woman's day, a man's day, a father's day, a friend's day, a Valentine's day, but it gives us a chance to, express our thoughts, as I'm doing right now. So the moment this came up, I said, one of the very important parts of this tradition is to acknowledge those who are living a noble yogic life. That is part and parcel of this tradition. And for decades, Swamiji has done it, Ammaji has done it, and I continue to try to do it, is recognize and acknowledge those who are striving for a yogic life, a life that is of being a noble human being. And I said, well, we have all these amazing women with us in Team 52, and we have 5 very, very dynamic, eminent women. Now, a lot of you are dynamic and eminent, but in India, when in doubt, go by age. Okay, so not to make any of them feel old, but in India, whenever we don't know how to do things, we say go by age, because you cannot argue with age. You can argue with a lot of stuff. You can argue with degrees, you can argue with height and weight and all that, but age is something you cannot argue with. And so in India, whenever we are, sort of in doubt of what to do, what we say is take the age factor in sort of choosing. So 5 of the people who basically are examples, living examples of the Supreme Shakti, the Yoga Shakti. We thought about it, and I told Amma, and she gave me a nice smile and said yes. So I got her approval to do it. So she is still my boss. So I get approval from her for these things. And so today it gives me great pleasure, very great pleasure, to honor 5 eminent women of yoga. And these 5 are playing a great role in Team 52. And this has been one of the factors that I have used, is the fact that they are part of it. There are many more senior people also who are not part of this. And I was asked about it by Devasena and Divya, and I said, well, for me, currently, those who are part of Team 52 and supporting all this activity, for me, they take pride of place. And we keep on honoring people all the time. Those of you who have been associated with the ashram, we know that. We keep on honoring people because it is a way for us to express our gratitude, our respect. And all of these 5 women, I respect them deeply. In fact, you would have heard me often call them my yoga aunts and things like that. And it is from the loving space in my heart that we wish to honor them at this time. So in honor of this opportunity to express our gratitude, on behalf of Yoga Jivana Satsanga, on behalf of Geetananda Yoga, we are pleased to have the Yoga Shakti Awards 2021, and it gives me great pleasure to honor my beloved Mataji, Margot. I think we can all give a round of applause. You're all muted, but still, I think it's really, really worth it. Mataji Margot, my dear Margot, who has known me since the time I was a small kid, and she came up from down under to study with Swamiji at the ashram, and amazing memories, and someone who still keeps so much of love. And recently I've had some beautiful exchanges with my dear Mataji Margot, and really, really honored, Margot, to be honoring you with this heartfelt Yoga Shakti Award 2021. The next one is another yoga aunt of mine, my dear Zena. And Zena. What an amazing person. What an amazing person. And again, studying with Swamiji, knowing me from the time I was a small kid, and still taking me seriously. I tell you that really gladdens my heart so much. And again, so many of you know the role Zena is playing. And again, saluting you, Zena, and offering this honor of Yoga Shakti for you for this year, 2021. My Finnish, German, Berliner yoga aunt, my dear Lata. Really, Lata, that dynamic Shakti, a dynamic Shakti who for so many years coming back to ICYER, helping out Amma with the new batch of eaglets or chickens or whatever they are, and such a beautiful role model for so many. And saluting you, my dear Lata, and offering this Yoga Shakti to you for this year 2021. You see how I selected all these cute photos of all of them? They didn't even know about this, okay? So I went through all the Facebook profile pictures and found pictures of them that even, I didn't even ask them for a nice photo of them, okay? I didn't give them that chance. And this photo I just love of Jnana Sundari. Such a sweet, noble human being and an amazing soul. So a big round of applause for Jnana Sundari as we offer you this honor of Yoga Shakti 2021. And the 5th, just look at that photo. Doesn't she look so beautiful in that? Muggs didn't even know I was going through her Facebook account. You had a hacker on your system picking out what would be a beautiful photo. And just so pleased to have you with us, Muggs. What a beautiful role model for so many you are. And offering you this honor, Yoga Shakti 2021. From the heart, let's give a big round of applause. Really, really marvelous, marvelous dynamic Shaktis. Yogacharani Mugs, Yogacharani Jnana Sundari, Yogacharani Lata, Yogacharani Zena, and Yogacharani Margo. And offering all of them from the bottom of my heart, my respect, my gratitude, my love for being such dynamic Shaktis who are living examples of what yoga is. So now that I have done that, you know that the next part will be that we have to have them all give a short acceptance speech. So I'm just trying to find where Margot is. I don't find her, but I do find my dear Zena. So Zena, you are on candid camera and welcoming you to share your thoughts on this occasion.
Thank you. I just got booted out from my machine. I'm in bed in my sister's home, and I am very honored. You know, lots of times you think you're not doing yoga, but really you reach a point after a while that everything is yoga, as long as we put love into what we're doing. So I feel very honored, very humble. I'm my wild and crazy self, and somehow I'm allowed to be that. I'm aware, you know, I'm allowed to be flamboyant or silly or childlike or very serious, very deep, or very light, crazy wisdom, I guess, with Swami's blessings. And for some reason now, every time I open onto Facebook, there's Swami going namaste, and he doesn't leave me. So I'm very humbled by this. And Anandaji, your honoring of women always is very moving, and it's really what is needed on this planet right now. That balance of the male and female energy is totally off kilter and is causing so many problems. So thank you for being in the forefront of really honoring women. So, and I want to congratulate all my Yoga Shakti sisters who have done so much to help so many for countless years, and who will continue on until their dying breath. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Aunt Zena. That is just so touching, so touching. I have tears rolling down my cheeks, tears of joy, tears of love, and tears that come from a very deep, heartfelt acceptance of who we are. I think the biggest lesson we learn in yoga is to accept ourselves as we are and accept others as they are. And in that comes such a beautiful connectivity. And it is just so beautiful, so beautiful. Thank you so much, Zena, for your blessings. We are all so blessed to have you and your blessings with us. Namaste.
Thank you so much.
We now go on. I found my dear Mataji Margot. And Mataji Margot, you are now on candid camera. Congratulations, congratulations, and salutations to my dear Mataji Margot.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Ananda. It was such a lovely surprise and such an honor. It's difficult to put it into words, really. I guess at this age, one takes every day as a plus, and as Zena said, you feel a lot freer, really, to just be who you are without worrying too much about what other people think. And I mean, at this point in my life, I certainly didn't expect to get the honours that have been bestowed on me by you. And I'd like to congratulate all my sister Yoga Shaktis. Gosh, I don't know what to say.
We love you. We love
Thank you. Yes.
We love you. We all love you.
We love you too. What a wonderful man you are.
That means a lot. That means a lot. That means a lot. Thank you so much, Mataji Margot, to have love of people who have known you from the time you have been a small kid climbing trees. What more do you need? What more do you need? I had to find my Finnish aunt. I just saw Lata someplace. Yes, I found you. I found you. Namaste, Lata. You are next in line on our screen and you're looking so wonderful today. Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste, Dr. Sir, and namaste to all. Many thanks for this surprise. At first, I didn't know what does it really mean. But now I understand more and more about it. Because fortunately, I'm coming from country of women. Finland is really the country of women. And even now our Prime Minister is a very beautiful young lady with 34 years and leading the country in a very good way through this odd time now. So even as child, I had 3 elder sisters and many aunts. And myself, I got aunt already with 9 years because my elder sister got the first son that time. And everybody was talking, Aunt Lena, this is my Finnish name, she's already aunt. And it was quite an odd time for me at that time. And but now with at least 70, very soon 71 years, I'm happy, and I got some really fire and Shakti from my mom. Actually, I think so, because she was always a role model for me. And after that, Amaji got my role model. And I'm still wondering about her because I saw the last video of her. And she's again working very hard in very smiling way, getting up and sitting now on chair. I was not able to think she would ever be able to do that. But she has this Shakti. And she's the biggest role model in my life too. One of the biggest, perhaps the biggest. But I also want to thank you, Dr. Sir, giving us this opportunity to study with you in this Zoom room. And you share and care everybody in this very Shakta way. And I just hope to all, and also for me, we really are able to prepare us on this stable ground of our tradition and getting or be prepared to get the cosmic view of this Rishi culture, Ashtanga tradition we have here. It's very hidden, and we have really to prepare us for that. Otherwise, we are thinking, we just breathe, we just put some asanas, and everything is nice. And at first, we are working very outside. But if we grow elder, it means we are many, many, many years a part of this tradition in very honest way. We really find more and more out, more and more levels, like in our lives. Now in 71, we are a little bit more calm. The fire is not anymore so expressive. This is also good for the students. Thank you very much for this very, very surprising idea about it. Thank you, Dr. Sarah.
Thank you so much, my dear Lata. You are such an inspiration. And it is so true that Ammaji continues to inspire us through grace, beauty, and wisdom. And it's just beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful to see the effort she's making. And it again tells us that, you know, as she keeps reminding us, I can, I will, I am able. And I think that mantra is so important. I can, I will, I am able. And then we deal with challenges as they come. So thank you so much for your wisdom. Lata, means so much to have such wisdom, such love and grace coming to us. And when we talk about beauty or wisdom, who but my dear Jnana Sundari can be next? My French aunt, though I keep on reminding you, she's a combination of so many cultures, but well, because she has lived a major part of her life in France and her postal address is France, I call her my French aunt. Yes, Jnana Sundari, namaste.
Namaste, and thank you for this very unexpected award, and also for giving me the opportunity to give back a little in my little way to the parampara, because I've been connected with it for such a long time now, and learned so much and been given so much by this particular lineage, and it's really helped me through the difficult times of my life. These teachings give us the tools to deal with things that seem to be unsurmountable, and you use them, and you get over the things that seem to have been terrible, and then you think, oh no, yeah. And it's been amazing. The journey with the ashram, with the lineage, has been amazing, and I've been given so much, and I'm just so grateful. And it's such an honor to be able to try to give back in my little way what I can, in thanks for what I've received. First of all, Swamiji, and then Ammaji, and now you. It's been great. I can never thank you enough. I can never thank you enough. And I'd like to thank all the people on Team 52 as well, because you're giving me the chance to, I don't say very much. It's useful, and my little drawings don't always, but it's, thank you for letting me share what's been given to me, because it's been so rich, and it really means a lot. And thank you all.
Thank you so much, Jnana Sundari, for those very beautiful words, and what you give all of us is truly so, so amazing. Never underestimate the power of what you are giving all of us and opening new vistas into the way we perceive what yoga is. And I'm sure nobody can now, forget the metamorphosis of asana anymore, because it has become so deeply ingrained. Drawings go deep into our subconscious, and it's a very beautiful tool that once it's there, you cannot erase it. So it's a very amazing sharing, and the stories, you're a lovely storyteller. And I know many have suggested you should put together a book of those stories, and who knows, it would be wonderful. It would be wonderful. Thank you so much, Jnana Sundari. And now over to my dear Muggs. Muggs, who I have known for many years thanks to IYTA, but then grown to love so deeply and love your love for yoga. And I think for those of you who don't know it, you need to look at the most amazing book that Muggs put together with letters from the masters. Because seriously, if you want to know what the tradition of yoga is, those letters teach you that. They show you how the masters had generosity to share with a genuine seeker. Amazing sharing. And through that, and through Muggs and the Soya work, how much of my yoga family has got expanded into a very beautiful yoga family. So, namaste, Muggs, over to you.
Thank you so very much. I feel like my family has expanded too by having this wonderful connection with you. I honor so much this pathway, this lineage, and I just wanted to say that, you know, having a life of yoga, it's not something that I chose. I think that it chose me. And seeking yoga at such a young age. I was seeking at the age of 14 and unable to find it. And I'm sure our yoga ants are the same way, seeking and finding it. And, you know, back in the 70s and it was in 60s, the classical yoga was what was available to us, the lineages, the paramparas, and I'm so grateful for that opportunity to have been brought in at such a young age. I believe it's the seeds of past lives that brought us to this place where we are today. And for people who are just coming into yoga, you know, recently, these seeds are planted for your next lifetime. Just imagine how you will come into the next lifetime with such amazing roots. And so I feel for me, studying with true masters is the gift that I have been given, and that gives me a responsibility to pass those classical teachings on to others. And being a teacher is what keeps you in the game, because your students always teach you and ask the questions that you don't know the answers to, and then that makes you continue to learn and find more. And so it perpetuates itself, where we are continually students as we teach. And so we're all in here learning from each other and then passing that truth on to others. And I just feel, you know, there was a period of time in my life where, having studied with Hari, who was, you know, such a gift, and also communicated through letters with Dr. Swami Gitananda, and then my life journey, and I feel like it's no accident, brought me to you, Dr. Ananda. And you know, Zena and Margot through IYTA and Zena in Canada, but were both influences in my life. I mean, I joined IYTA in 1974. And so these things brought me to where I am with you today. And you are such a gift. And, you know, this online opportunity for all of us to be connected as this family rooted in true yoga. We are so, so blessed by this. So very, very blessed. And I just feel that those people who have come into this fold, myself included, we have a responsibility to pass the truth on in a world of facade. And so thank you for everything. Thank you for making it real again in this world. So, and thank you to all the beautiful yoga ants.
Thank you so much, Mugs. Truly, when I had the opportunity to sort of proofread a bit of Mug's book, she sent it to me and, you know, had some questions, and I went through it, and I still remember the beautiful feeling I had, which was a feeling of gratitude. A feeling of gratitude to all these great masters who had that capacity to share without reservation. One of the signs of a true master is the capacity to share without reservation to the genuine seeker. And in the letters that Harry, I like to call him Harry always, in the letters that Hari wrote to all these masters, Swami Shivananda, the whole lot. When you look at that, it's the who's who of yoga of that time. That's what it is. And every one of them wrote back pages and pages of beautiful answers. You know, nowadays you write to most so-called yoga masters, and the personal assistant of the personal assistant of the personal assistant writes back a note saying, "Thank you for your letter. Guruji sends his blessings." This is what you get from all these so-called grand masters these days. These people were true masters in days where you had to sit out and write by hand or type out yourself. Any of those typed letters were typed by those masters, not their personal assistant even. And they took the time, the effort, because they wanted to share. And I think the fact that all those letters were kept and then brought into publication, Mugs, that is the greatest thing you surely did. I'm sure you have done a lot of good things in your life, but that truly is going to be kept in the history of yoga of all times, because that really showed to me two things. One, every dedicated, sincere seeker will be given answers by the masters who will share with generosity. And I think this message is very vital, because we live in times where people are scared to share. People are scared to share. Imagine, I know of people who don't want to teach anything to the students. And when I ask them, I say, why? They say, if I teach everything I know, my students will go to somebody else. I'm like, how can you limit yourself to such a small box? The more you share, the more will come to you. And the other day I was telling this to someone. I said, you know, we are like that small box that is the connector box between the universe and the recipient. Okay, that is the role of a teacher. The teacher is just the conduit. The conduit, which is a small box, and the teachings come into that box and they are shared with the recipient. Now, the more you share, the more space in your box for the universe to give you. And the more you say, I'm not going to give it, I'm going to keep it in the box, you have not freed up space on your spiritual hard disk. There's no space on your spiritual hard disk. The universe says your emails are getting, sent back because your inbox is overloaded. We have that with emails. Your emails come back when your inbox is full. And this is what has happened. People are filling their inbox. They are not sharing. And so no new information from the universe is coming to them. And so they are scared. If I share, I will lose something. And students have become possessions. Never let your students be your possessions. They are not your possessions. You are the vehicle, you are the conduit. And this is why the 5 most amazing yoga Shaktis today. If I wanted to make this list, I could be honoring every one of you, okay? But then it won't make sense. It's like, in Bruce Almighty, when, Jim Carrey says yes to all the emails who wanted to win the lottery, 1 million people end up, getting $1 in $1 million lottery. Because 1 million people win it, the $1 million gets divided by 1 million people, they get $1 and everybody is angry with him. Okay, so I think it is something we have to keep in mind, that the beautiful lives that these 5 amazing yoga Shaktis are living, the inspiring example they are for so many on the path. I am inspired by all of you. I am inspired that a yoga life is possible. A noble life is possible. A life of grace, beauty, and wisdom is possible. And this is why I said we must do this. And what better occasion than today? Because today is always an auspicious day. Every moment you choose to do the right thing, it is an auspicious moment. So, thanking all the 5 yoga Shaktis for accepting this honor. I was a bit scared they may not like my design and other things like that. So I was a bit scared, but the moment I got the feedback, I was very happy, because I sat and designed those images and all on my own on canvas. So it was done all by Dr. Ananda. It's a full Ananda love coming through it. And the colors that I selected are colors of the beautiful nature, and the nature as the wisdom flows into nature, moving into that beautiful area of wisdom that comes, that Prajna Loka. That was the concept behind that image that was selected. And I enjoyed finding which photos I loved of each one of you. So that's for that part. So thank you for accepting the honor, and let's give them all a big round of our applause. Really, really deserving it. Really, really, really deserving it. Such beautiful examples.